All right, welcome everyone. Yes, it has been crazy today. Many of you probably got an email from me and about Bowman baseball that is was scheduled to break tonight. It is in your eBay messages if you haven't seen it yet. We will talk more about that in a few minutes. Right now, everybody's kind of getting in and getting settled, and that is a thing that I want to make sure everybody hears when we go over it. But in the meantime, we're going to start with some of our other information and get everybody kind of on the same page there, and then we'll stop and take a look and talk about what we need to do with the rest of this. And we may have a team available tonight in Select as well. Possibly there is an unpaid team, I think, setting out there right now. So if that's still remaining after we go over our info, then that may be up for grabs too. So the first thing there, of course, talks about feedback because that question comes up a lot. My feedback is automated. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And of course, the other thing there is a big thank you. Appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We are next going to take a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. And of course, naturally, how did I do that again? I did this last night too. How do I somehow keep leaving these wrong lines? I'm not getting them out of there. I don't know. Anyway, now it's right. So Saturday night and Sunday night are both off nights. Monday night, we're going to break the back half of this case of Select that we start tonight. We will finish it on Monday night. On Tuesday night, we're going to start a new case of Select. On Wednesday night, that is our rescheduled break for Bowman baseball that would have been tonight, but here's what happened. Most of you probably know this or you saw the email from me, but the deal is this. Bowman baseball has been a hot mess. The first thing that happened is that Topps cut all the quantities back. That's fine. We all knew we were getting lower quantities, no problem. Well, a problem, but you know what I mean. Then at the first of this week, Topps went back through and cut all the distributors down to only 25% of their order. Now, this is all stuff that is pre-ordered and prepaid that we're all expecting. And Topps says, no, we're only sending you 25% of it now. The other 75% you'll get sometime in the next week to 10 days. So we don't have any way to control that. But still, we were going to be okay for tonight because I had little pieces, my little 25% coming from different places, until one of my distributors decided that they weren't going to send out their 25%, that they were going to wait until they had 100% of what you were due and send it all together, which left us short for tonight. So that was day before yesterday. Then Topps delivered everything late. So the distributors that did get it didn't get it on time, except for one. One of them came in on time today. The other one shipped out of Texas, normally out of Georgia. So it's not going to get here till next week, and a holiday on Monday. Long and short of it is, we will have enough to break by Wednesday, not before then. I even tried to buy it, guys, from the local card shop who was asking me to pay $325 per box. And I told them I would for the 2 boxes we needed for tonight. And theirs didn't come in today either. So there you go. But what we are going to open is Select Baseball. That should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Wednesday. And maybe sooner. Hopefully sooner. Should not be any later than that. Everybody's going to pull cards in here, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. Once again, you have an email message, or rather an eBay message from me in your eBay inbox telling you all about this Bowman break and letting you know that the new date and time of it is Wednesday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Definitely by then, I will have everything here. What's coming from Texas is showing that it should be here Tuesday, so I wanted to schedule it Wednesday to be safe. Of course, we lose Monday due to the holiday. And I said we might have an unpaid team, didn't I? So I guess I better bring you back to me while I check that, and we'll see if anybody wants to pick it up if it's still setting here. So yeah, guys, here in Select Baseball, we do have the Kansas City Royals available. And it looks like they sold for, I don't know, $43 and some change on eBay. So does anybody want the Royals for somewhere in that vicinity? here in the select break. It is sitting there as unpaid. So I would like to find a home for that. In the meantime, let me go update the spreadsheet real quickly to reflect that that is unpaid. We'll get right back down to business here in just a minute. And I bet I know who this is too. When I look at the username, I bet I know who that might be. That goes by another username too, if it's who I think it is. But it might not be. I don't know. I can't remember always the names that go with the user IDs, so I might have the totally wrong info there anyway. So maybe. All right. So Dan, you're in for. You're going to take them. Great. Let me give you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to type in here for you my email information, and that is what I use for PayPal. So if you would just please send that over to that email, I will update this spreadsheet to say that it is yours, and let me also get it closed out here in eBay real quickly, and then I'll be right back with you guys. I see I have another question up or two there to answer, and I'll take care of that in a moment as well. Let me just get this done first so we can get this out of the way. And it'll take just a second here. All right, that part is done. And now let me come back over here. All right, I appreciate you picking that up too, Dan, very much. As always, appreciate when you guys step in there and pick up these unpaid teams. It's always frustrating when we have those, but they do certainly show up from time to time. Let me get one more thing done here, and then we're going to be ready to go. Sorry, guys, just 1 second. While I'm working on that, let me answer your question. Give them 25% of what they were supposed to get. So distributors got things late, shipped things late, only shipping us loose boxes right now. Some of them didn't ship us anything because they're waiting to send out the full boxes. I tried very hard to source enough stuff for us to be able to do the break tonight. I ended up 2 boxes short. I tried to buy them locally. I was going to pay the guy $325 a box. Yes, you heard that right. A box. And then his didn't show up. So guys, I did everything I could. It out of my control, unfortunately. So it will be Wednesday night. The Bowman break that would have been tonight will be Wednesday night. I am adding in some baseball memorabilia. I'm going to go buy some of that. And we will open some sort of baseball memorabilia item on Wednesday night to help make up for the delay. I'll pay for that. It's free for you guys. And one team will obviously end up walking away with an extra item out of that break. And unfortunately, that's all I can control in that, guys. Now, I think we are all caught up on my side. Let me get us back over here to where we were a momento ago. So this is a half case break of Select Baseball. Thank goodness Panini did arrive on time. They are not like Topps making a hot mess of things. They're getting their stuff out on time. And of course it ended tonight on eBay, same night we're breaking it, which is Friday night, the 22nd of May. You've got the team names there on the left-hand side, winning bidders across from each team. Kansas City Royals, of course, were the unpaid team. Dan was kind enough to pick them up, so you'll see that notation up there for his name on it. And then, of course, as we've discussed a couple times now, the Bowman break will now be Wednesday night. That says the 22nd. That's correct. Incorrect. 27th is Wednesday. It will actually be on the 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern, which is 5 o'clock Pacific. All right, so we're ready to get down to business here. I know I've got some chat to catch up on, so while I'm getting these out, we're going to do that. This is the start of a new case, so what's going to happen is I'm going to take all the boxes out, then I'm going to number them on the end, and we will use random.org to determine which one of these we open tonight and which ones of these will be opened in the next break. And I need to change up our focus here real quickly, too. You are going to notice your background getting blurry right now. That's intentional. Please don't let that cause you any distress. We're going to be able to see the cards pretty easily. Tell you what, let's label these on the end. That nice big white spot will help us, won't it? All right, so in chat, Stang Lover says says that's a crazy price. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, that the local card shop was asking per box of Bowman. Stang Lover, I agree with you, and I questioned him about it, and I said, hey, man, how come you're charging so much more than retail? Now, keep in mind, this card shop changed hands a little over a year ago, year and a half or so ago, and ever since then, things have been a lot different over there. And he doesn't, this guy, when I spoke to him on the phone, he didn't know who I was, so he doesn't know that I would be in a position to know whether or not he was being upfront about something. And so I said, hey man, I thought you guys sold stuff at retail. And he goes, oh, well, that is the retail price. Yeah, he says, here, let me just look it up. He goes, yeah, it is $4,000, whatever he said, a case. And when you divide that out by 12, yeah, it's going to be about $325 a box. And I said, oh, that's retail. I said, wow, that's a lot higher than I've ever heard Bowman being. Oh, yeah, he says, that's retail. That's the price. So, yeah, that tells you about those guys. But anyway, I was going to do it, but it didn't work out because I didn't get it. Okay, so here is the deal. You can see I've typed in 1 through 12 when we do random here, which occasionally we have to do for various things. When we have 9 or fewer items in a list, we do random 3 times, only the third one counts. 10 or more, we do it once, which is what we just did here. And that gives us 3, 1, 7, 9, 12, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 12, what we're opening tonight. 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 12. All right, there's our 1, 2, 3. That's easy. And Mr. Number 7. 9, and Mr. 12. All right, 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 12, right? Yeah. Let me get these other 6 boxes put out of the way here, and I'll be right back with you. So yeah, Stang Lover, I was tempted. I was tempted to call that guy out on it at the card store, but at that point, I was still thinking it was coming in today because that's what he had told me, and I didn't want to make him mad. I didn't want to pay those prices either, but I also didn't want to not be able to do the break tonight and disappoint you guys, so I was prepared to do it. And so I didn't want to tick the guy off and be like, hey, brother, I know what retail is. But it didn't come in anyway, so it ended up not mattering. And Mickey is here. Hi, Mickey. And Garrett, of course, you already know by now what the deal is with all of that. JP is here as well. And Dan, thank you once again for picking up our unpaid team in here tonight, which was the Kansas City Royals. The W8 needs some Detroit Tigers in here tonight. Kenson wants to know about Mosaic. We broke Mosaic the night it came out, and I don't know if we're going to break it again or not. Right now, everything's such a hot mess, it is hard to say. So we are looking for 2 autographs and 2 memorabilia cards per box. You'll see it says on average down there. That means a couple of different things. It means, for one, that occasionally Panini will just mess up and not give us what we're supposed to get. We might not get every hit that we are due. That doesn't happen very often, but it certainly has happened. What it more commonly means, on average, is that sometimes they replace one of our hits with a Panini Rewards Point card. If that happens tonight, we will use random.org to award any points cards that we might find. We'll do that at the very end of the break if we come across any. And so, Kenson, in going back to you with Mosaic Basketball, we broke the half case of it the night it came out, and then I don't know what else we're going to do. I've only got weird, odd lot boxes of some of this stuff. It's just, everything is kind of a mess right now. The printer who prints all this stuff is way behind, apparently, for Panini and Topps. They were shut down, of course, until about a week ago. And then, you know, Panini has been smart enough to not try to push through a lot of stuff, whereas I guess Topps is trying to push through a lot of stuff, and then they're not getting it out on time. And everybody's reduced their quantities. Nobody's getting what we would have gotten if all of this pandemic stuff hadn't happened. So it's just a mess right now. It is hard to say. Stang Lover, you said the boxes are going for $180 a box on eBay. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, that's way less than the local card shop wanted. But frankly, I wouldn't have been able to get it here for tonight anyway, because I didn't know until noon today that the card shop wasn't going to have it like they thought they were. So now we're at the mercy of UPS, who won't be running on Saturday or Monday. Well, they don't deliver here on Saturday most of the time from business stuff. They oddly deliver my personal stuff, but not my business stuff. And then, of course, Monday a holiday. All right, so our first thing that we see here is a nice little Prism parallel, and I guess it is not numbered. I thought it might be, but it isn't, and that is for the Rockies. And of course, we'll stop on these as we go through them the first time round, figuring out as we go what's going to be numbered and what isn't. And this is to 149, and that is also the Rockies. So Colorado's kind of cruising along right now, aren't they? And this is a silver prism. We'll just probably just call these, I'll either call them prisms, or I may call them refractors. I may call them silver, whichever. That's all the same thing. That is a Buster Posey for the Giants. We should find quite a few of those as we go through. That's pretty typical of Select, which we normally see from Panini in a couple of other sports. This is the first time we've seen it in baseball as a freestanding product, at least the first I remember anyway. Brendan McKay and the Tampa Bay Rays, our first hit, and that, of course, a relic card. Once again, we're looking for 2 autographs, 2 memorabilia cards per box on average, quote unquote. And hi, Mickey. JP needs some Cincinnati Reds. We'll have to work on that for you as well. There is Mookie Betts, and wow, it is hard for me to remember to say Dodgers when you see Mookie Betts, isn't it? I mean, it's just so automatic that you say the other. That, of course, also unnumbered, so we may ultimately, I may just wait and sleeve the unnumbered stuff after the break, so we're not stopping every 5 seconds. This is numbered. It's to 35 for the Cubbies. That is Alzolay. And I probably butchered his name, but you get the idea. Numbered to 10. Ooh, low numbers. I like the low numbers. And it is Jalen Davis. How about that? Handsome little autograph to 10 out for the San Francisco Giants. So we've got one more autograph and one more memorabilia card per box to locate. Ronald Acuna Jr., this is numbered to 49 for Atlanta, and that is signed, baby. Woohoo! Yeah, we might be having a good box tonight. I like finding that early. Acuna to 49 for Atlanta. Mickey, this is your first break of Select, and you're hoping for some Rangers. All right, we'll try to find you some Texas Rangers in here. So, yeah, it's a first Select baseball, but I figure they've got Select. It's pretty much going to be set up like their other Select products in terms of what we find, I believe. Urshela with the Zebra Prism for the Yankees. Now, in the other sports, the Zebra Prism is a case hit. And I forgot to look and see if it is a case hit in here. Truthfully, because I was really, really busy dealing with all the Bowman stuff. I forgot to look that up. So does anybody know, is that a case hit in here? I'm assuming it probably is. Toro for the Houston Astros is our second relic hit and our last of the 4 hits we were looking for in this box. Now we've got a little red action going on. The red is to 199. So we've seen the light blue to 35, we've seen the dark blue to 149, and now we've seen the red to 199. There's a silver prism Gavin Lux. That is not numbered, but we'll go ahead and sleeve it anyway. It would be sleeved at some point regardless, so I don't know. It was Gavin Lux. Why not, right? Shohei Ohtani for the Angels with a prism insert. And now we've got ourselves a green parallel. Let's see what green's number 2. That is to 99, and we've got the Rockies in charge there to 99. Rockies have had quite a few little parallels and things already tonight. And how about that? I can't get used to this either. The Moose is now a Cincinnati Red. Mike Moustakas Reds in a parallel unnumbered. Staying Lover said, speaking of Reds, how about some Redbirds magic? We'll see if we can't find some Cardinals in here for you. We'll try to hustle up some Cardinals. We will do our best. But yeah, man, this Bowman thing is just such a mess. And truthfully, if the third distributor had sent me my 25% like they said they were going to in the middle of the week, still we would have been okay, even with my stuff that would have come out of Georgia, coming out of Texas, and arriving 2 days later. We still would have been where we needed to be for tonight. If only that third distributor had shipped me my 25%, but they didn't. They said they wanted to wait, and they were sending it out. Everybody was getting 100% at once. So in other words, what little bit they got in yesterday or day before, they sent to their top handful of customers at their full ratio. And then the rest of us will have to wait for the next shipment to come in to get our full ratio. Whereas the other distributors split everybody up. Big guys, little guys, in the middle, didn't matter. You just got 25% of your confirmed order. And if it was odd lot boxes, which most of the time it was, or is, then that's what they sent you. So, you know, they didn't care. There wasn't even really an option to wait to get it as a sealed case later. So, it has been fun. That was sarcasm. It hasn't been fun. Yeah, it's been awful. I was begging all day today, too. I was going back through all my distributors once I found out the local card shop didn't get theirs in. I was begging them. I was like, oh, please, I'll pay you. I'll pay you more. I'll pay you to overnight it, you know, so we would have at least had it tomorrow, but not a box to be had anywhere at any price. Owlsallay and the Cubbies. And that's a relic. Pinstripe, though, so that helps. This ought to be numbered. Let's see if it is. It's David Fletcher for the Angels. Yeah, it is. And it is numbered to 50 there. So, first one we've seen to 50. This won't be numbered, but it is a parallel for Jake Rogers and the Detroit Tigers. And also, guys, those of you who are wondering about Noir basketball for next week, that is Forrest Whitley for the Astros. It is coming out next week, for sure. But because of the holiday on Monday, none of my people could tell me for sure if I was really going to get it on Wednesday. Some of them shipped it today, some of them didn't, but the ones that shipped it today shipped it again from a location, not the normal location that I would get it from. So that's why we don't have it scheduled to break Wednesday night, because I'm not going to go through a bunch of craziness and stuff again. So we're just going to schedule Noir to break on Thursday night, which is a Wednesday release for next week, but we'll break it on Thursday. The Oakland A's have our second relic with Sheldon Noose, I think it's pronounced. Might be something like that. Here comes Graterol number 299. Yeah, that's not too shabby. That is a relic and autograph pairing. Woohoo! How you like that if you've got the Dodgers? I'm thinking you like it. This is Rendon on what? Why does that look different than everything else? What does that say? Select stars. I don't know. Looks different than the others. We're going to sleeve it and we'll find out more about it later, I guess. So I'm assuming everybody has probably seen by now what the Mike Trout Bowman autograph red sold for at auction Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday night? Yeah, $900,000. You heard that right. Toronto Blue Jays. It was a 9.5 grade on that thing, I want to say. It was either a 9 or a 9.5 grade on it. And of course, you know, the red in Topps and Bowman products is always very low numbered. I don't remember in that particular series if red was 5 or 10, but it wouldn't have been more than that. And of course, set a new world record for a modern baseball card, the Mike Trout first Bowman autograph. $900,000 and some change, I think. I don't even think it was even 900K. I think it was more. Minnesota Twins and Rosario had just a base prism there. And here we have Kyle Lewis for the Mariners. Parallel that is unnumbered. And you saw it come up a minute ago, and I just held it back because, I don't know, I thought it'd be more interesting. I do see a little bit of imperfection down there on those bottom lower corners in particular. It's minor, but there is a little chipping and edge wear down there. Numbered to 49, it's the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas for the White Sox. And once again, we've got a relic autograph pairing. That's a nice looking card for the White Sox with the Big Hurt. We have a red Rodriguez to 199 for the Boston Red Sox. You know, had I known that we were not going to have Bowman tonight, we would have broken this probably by the full case, because it's not a bad break to do by the full case, but oh well, best laid plans, right? That is Max Muncy to 149. That is the Dodgers. And of course, that's the reason we start early tonight, too, because I thought we'd also be doing Bowman. So, I don't know. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, trying to fish everything out of there. You know, I always like to show you the inside of that empty box, so you know all the packs have come out of there. Every once in a while, one gets stuck. We've had it happen. So that's why it's always best to just double check. Mickey says his Rangers, he hadn't seen anything come out for his Rangers yet. He needs them to heat up, get busy, get to work on those Rangers. Well, we will try to call forth the mojo for you, friend. I don't really know what all the Rangers have on the checklist in here. I'm assuming, though, Mickey, you've probably looked at it and you know what's what. Are there a lot of Rangers autographs in this product this year? I'm glad they made Select Baseball. I like Select in basketball and football, so I think it's cool that they made it in baseball. Kind of never knew why they didn't make some of the nicer products like this in their baseball lineup. So, good to see they're getting on board with that. Because, you know, for many years they had dropped Prism out of baseball, too. So, but slowly but surely, they've been getting things worked in. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks, numbered to 49, Zach Gallen. That's a nice looking relic autograph combo there for the D-backs. And we've got a blue, Gary Sanchez blue, I believe, to 149. And that, of course, to the Yankees. Mickey, you said they got a bunch of autographs, or several, you said, for the Rangers in here. Well, hopefully we're going to find some for you then. That would be the ideal. A Prism Jake Fraley for the Mariners. And there's a Prism Mitch Garver for the Twins. We'll sleeve him later since he's not a rookie. Kyle Lewis, Seattle Mariners. It is numbered to 99. Another nice relic autograph combo. Red should be to 199. This is Brad Keller, and that is the Kansas City Royals. A Prism for Graterol. There's another one headed to the Dodgers. It's a nice card design, too, I think, for Select. I like the card design. Let's go ahead and, this guy's just hanging out up there, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him. Well, 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 look who it is, speak of the devil. Numbered to 75. How about some Texas Rangers? There is Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. Corners look pretty good. Maybe just a tiny little bit of imperfection down there, but that is a nice looking card for the Rangers with an Ivan Rodriguez relic. This should be numbered to 50. It is the man, Mike Trout, for the Angels. The $900,000 card man. Fernando Tatis Jr., Padres, and Prism. While I'm thinking about it, too, for those of you who have teams that are in both breaks tonight, you have Select and you have teams in Bowman, I will give you your option of having Select ship separately and then Bowman ship separately, or if you want to wait and have them both shipped together, I will, can upgrade your shipping to priority mail so they would go out quickly once Bowman breaks. But if you want to have your Select sent separately before that, that's, of course I will do that for you, because this is no reason to make you wait. I'll just absorb the extra cost on the whichever way you do it, I'll absorb the extra cost on the shipping, just trying to make it a little less painful. So I'll reach out to those of you who have teams in both, and we'll discuss that. There is a Robert for the White Sox, numbered to 25. That's a nice looking card, too. Good little hit if we can ever get the guy on the field. Anyway, that's a premier level Prism for Robert and the White Sox. And there's Colton Wong, that parallel, not numbered, but for the Cardinals, which is Staying Lover tonight. Logan Webb, San Francisco Giants. Well, if I can get it turned the right way, numbered to 10. Oh, I love that relic. That's nice. That's a big chunk of a letter right there, and I like that. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a nice looking relic. We do like that. And Noah's Raiders just got here. You said, is there any Oakland A's pulled yet? I don't think so. Not anything of note. I mean, we may have had some parallels or something, but I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Did we have a hit? We did have a hit maybe for Oakland. Maybe we did. We might have. Noah's Raider, we might have. I I call out so many teams between the numbered cards and the parallels and the hits. Sometimes I don't remember what is what. Most of the time, I don't remember what's what. But here's the good news. We recap at the end. So if you just hang tight until we get finished up, we'll go back through our autographs and our relics and our low-numbered parallels. And by low-numbered, I mean anything that is numbered 50 or below. We will recap. Stuff that's numbered higher than 50, we won't. Staying Lover's happy just because he knows he's not going to be completely shut out on the Cardinals tonight. Well, that's good, Staying Lover, but we're going to try to find you something a little more than that, a little more substantial if we can. We're going to try hard to do that anyway. We will do our very best. All right. Let's see what we've got in box number 4 here. There's an Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Next up is a blue, which should be to 149, Zelich. And that, or is that, no, that's not it. Zooch? I didn't even read it right, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's just call him TJ for the Blue Jays. I read his name wrong, and then I definitely pronounced it wrong. I think we can all agree on that. And another little rookie here for the San Francisco Giants with Rico Garcia. And I wish they would number those particular parallels because they're nice looking cards. And it's a shame they're all unnumbered, but what are you going to do? Acuna, Braves, Prism. Alrighty. Let's see what else. Are we seriously going to have a second Acuna hit in the same half case? Yeah, we are. This one is numbered to 250, the Atlanta Braves. This one's a relic. Well, aren't you glad you saw the autograph first? It's because then that was the one that mattered. And then this one you're like, oh, that's just a bonus. Rafael Devers, red, 199, Boston Red Sox. A prism for Eloy, White Sox. This one should be, I believe, to 35. Isn't that what we said on this lighter blue color? It is Mookie Betts for the Dodgers, and indeed it is numbered 235. Ken Giles, Blue Jays. And, oh, this is for my Cincinnati Reds, too. Shogo is there for Cincy with a prism. You need some Rangers ink, Mickey, to go along with your relic. Well, we will try. We'll do our best for sure. We've already seen this guy, haven't we, tonight? Or was he just in a parallel and not a hit? Anyway, it is the Rockies and a relic with a nice little pinstripe. Right behind that is Polanco for the Minnesota Twins. Autograph relic for that one. And Minnesota A. Fernando Tatis Jr., numbered to 25 for the Padres. Oh, nice. Acuna and Tatis out of the same half case. I cannot wait to see what is in the second half of this case because the first half is pretty much on fire. Blue to 149, White Sox, Dylan Cease. That is the one thing I will say about Panini's baseball products. Well, there's more than one thing you could say about it, but one of the things I particularly like about it is because they don't produce it as many products as Topps does or in such high quantities as Topps. You do often pull what I would call the more premier autographs a little easier, I think, out of Panini than sometimes you do out of Topps. At least that's my take on it. And again, I just think it's because they don't have to have as many autographs in total because they have fewer products than Topps and they have smaller print runs than Topps. So you can get 1,000 autographs from a guy going to come out what seems like more frequently out of Panini because it's going into proportionately fewer boxes. So your ratios are a little better, I think, anyway. And this is, of course, box number 5 of the 6 that is coming out of the wrappers right now. And the first thing we see here is Yusei Kikuchi with a prism. Number 235, Conforto, Mets. And next up is a prism Tommy Pham. And he is San Diego Padres these days. Got a Juan Soto hit. It is numbered to 250. Washington Nationals with a relic for Mr. Soto. To 149. Or 99. 199, sorry. Yu Darvish out for the Cubbies. See a white one. It's going to be numbered to 50. Who's on there? Who's hanging out on there? It's for the Pirates. Josh Bell, Pittsburgh, to 50. And we have got Andres Munoz. That is also the Padres. And it is numbered to 200. Or 209, sorry. That's odd numbering, but that's what it says, to 209. And that's an autograph relic pairing. So Padres have had a couple of nice little hits come out here, sort of almost not quite back to back, but in close proximity. Real Muto for the Phillies. Next up, it is Marte, and that's another guy that I'm not going to get used to that new team for a while. Diamondbacks these days for the Prism Marte. And this is numbered to 99, and it's headed to the Angels with a nice little relic there. There's a Juan Soto prism insert, not numbered, for the Nationals. And there's an unnumbered Marcus Stroman for the Mets. Our other hit, Zach Collins, Chicago White Sox, also numbered to 209. Another relic autograph pairing. And then we have a blue one to 149 headed to the Marlins. One last base. Why did I turn him over? Because I know he's not numbered. He's base. I have no idea. Habit. Old habits die hard. All right. We are headed into our final box of the night. So this is where we're going to call for a little last box mojo here. See if we can pull some more fire out of Select. We've had pretty good luck so far, but hey, there's no reason we can't have more. We always want more, right? Exactly, Stang Lover. Last box mojo it is, my friend. We're going to try to bring it. See what we can come up with. And for those of you who may have tuned in after we started and somehow did not hear any of that before, or haven't read your eBay messages from me, the Bowman baseball break has had to move. It will now be Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. And if you check out your eBay messages, you will find all the details on that in a message from me. I did ask my distributors if they felt like that all of the Topps baseball releases were going to be like this going forward, and they just said they don't know. So, I mean, basically what they believe is the situation is that the printer is behind because of having been shut down and can't get caught up because the first product that Topps ran through is Bowman with a huge print run. So even though they kept cutting the quantities back to make it a smaller print run, they still couldn't get it done in time. So the question was, why didn't they just push the release date back, right? I mean, that's common. Manufacturers do that all the time. And I guess what Topps told my distributors is that the retail, somehow the retail part was already printed, had been printed first and had already gone out. And they didn't want the retail to go on sale before the hobby went on sale. So they decided to do it this way. Colton Wong, Cardinals, Prism, base Prism. Which I would have rather than, frankly, just waited a week, sent it all out at once, or 10 days, or however long, and let us all get our full quantity instead of the way they've done it. But they didn't ask us. They just did it how they wanted to do it. Numbered to 75. There's another nice autograph out of this half case. Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Toronto Blue Jays. So we've had some really nice hits out of this half. And let's see, what else can we find? Stang Lover's all sad over there because we haven't hit anything good for his Cardinals. We haven't hit anything numbered for him yet, so we've got to try to find something numbered for his Cardinals maybe before we get out of here. Like this one, for instance. There's Goldie. Paul Goldschmidt, 199, St. Louis Cardinals. At least you got a numbered one. And I know what you're going to tell me. That's a 50-cent card or something. I know that's what you're going to tell me. But at least we didn't send you home blanked with no numbered cards this time. I'm doing my best, man. I'm trying. Numbered to 49, it is Logan Allen for the Cleveland Indians with a relic autograph pairing. And then we have another one for the Padres, believe it or not, with Morahone, and it is numbered to 99 as well. And that one is a straight relic. We've got blue to 149. There's Toro again, and that's headed to the Astros. Green, our first green one tonight, isn't it? I think it is. And that is Kirby Yates, and it's numbered to 99. Maybe it's our second one. Actually, I take that back. I think we had another green one earlier. Charlie Blackmon or something. So a Rocky, maybe. Maybe. When you swear to it being a Rocky. Francisco Lindor. And then we have a little red Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. That is also a Prism Parallel, but is not numbered. Here's another nice one for my Cincinnati Reds. That is also not numbered with Akiyama. Good grief. He's on my own team. I still can't get it out. Anyway, yeah, it's still nice even though it wasn't numbered. And here we go with Luzardo and the Oakland A's with a nice little relic hit there. Javi Baez for the Cubbies with a prism. And there's a Scott Kingery for the Phillies with a prism, numbered to 25. And normally we would call that cracked ice. They may call it something else in here. You never know. Panini sometimes messes around with the names of their patterns, but I'm going to call it cracked ice anyway. That is Diaz. And that is, of course, a prism parallel for the Marlins. There's another zebra, so I guess we can safely assume they are not particularly case hits, but rather parallels in here. And it is for the Oakland A's, Marcus Semien. Got a couple more little base cards to look at here, and that wraps up this half case of Select. Now we will recap this, and then we'll put up spreadsheet information again, and we'll go over anticipated shipping dates, what is going to be breaking in the days ahead, and all that other fun stuff about Bowman and all that. So if you missed any of that stuff earlier, if you hang tight for a few minutes here, you're going to get an opportunity to see it again. But first, we're going to recap. So once again, it's our autographs, our relics, and some select numbered cards, some of our lower numbered cards. And then, of course, the zebra parallels I put in here just because we didn't hit but a couple of them, even though they're not numbered. So the Oakland A's with one, and then we've got Urshela for the Yankees with another. This is numbered to 10 with a Jalen Davis. He's supposed to be up there. I don't know why he's down here, so we'll just put him back up there and come back to him in a minute. This is Scott Kingery, numbered to 25 with what I'm going to call the cracked ice pattern for the Philadelphia Phillies. Numbered to 35, Conforto and the Mets. 35, Mookie Betts and the Dodgers. 35 for the Cubbies with Alzolay. To 50, that's Josh Bell for the Pirates. To 50, Mike Trout, the Angels. And to 50, David Fletcher, the Angels. Couple of green ones to 99, Kirby Yates for the Padres. And Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. And everything else was numbered higher than 99, so that's why we're not recapping it. Of course, it all does ship. All the cards ship out of here, so you're going to get everything that you saw. We're just not going to recap it all. So it is a relic for Luzardo and the Oakland A's. Then we have a relic for Morejon and the Padres. Matt Thaiss for the Angels. Juan Soto, the Nationals. The Rockies and Jonathan Daza? Don't know. Not heard his name pronounced. Acuna, Braves. That sweet little hit right there. I love that relic. That's Logan Webb, San Francisco Giants. Ivan Rodriguez, Pudge, Texas Rangers. There's another Oakland A, Sheldon Neuse. Alzolay for the Cubbies. Toro, the Astros. And Brendan McKay for the Tampa Bay Rays. So that's your relics that don't have autographs attached to them. So then we have Davis, numbered to 10 for the Giants. Logan Allen for the Cleveland Indians, numbered to 49. Vlad Guerrero Jr., numbered to 75 for the Blue Jays. Zach Collins, Chicago White Sox, to 209. Then you have a little Andres Munoz, numbered to 209 for the Padres. And then that nice-looking card, Fernando Tatis Jr. to 25 for the Padres. Polanco, Minnesota Twins. Kyle Lewis, Mariners. Zach Gallen, Arizona Diamondbacks, /49. And then Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. That is numbered /49. Nice looking hit for the White Sox with the Big Hurt. And then you've got Graterol for the Dodgers. And last but surely not least, Mr. Ronald Acuna Jr., numbered /49 for the Atlanta Braves. Stanglover, what did you say there? You were surprised when you went through the checklist: Phillies, Pirates, Rays, Orioles, Mets, and Cardinals. You mean as in they didn't have the hits, the signers that you thought they would have? Or I would imagine, I'm thinking that's what you mean, that there's, you said they have some big hits, but they don't have like a huge quantity of hits. Oh, that makes sense. That does definitely happen sometimes, for sure. All just depends on, you know, who they've got autographs or relics for on any given day. Goodness knows it changes. We've seen that happen more than once, haven't we? Okay, so yes, if you did not hear this before, oh yeah, here's the deal. Bowman Baseball that was originally breaking tonight did not arrive in its full quantity today. Topps just made a hot mess of everything, didn't send what they were supposed to send. That's the short version. And they didn't send what little bit they did send on time. That's the medium length version. If you want the full version, you can check your eBay messages from me, and it gives you more detail. So that break that would have been coming up right now for the half case of Bowman Baseball has instead been rescheduled to Wednesday night, this upcoming Wednesday, the 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. I am going to be adding a memorabilia item in there, and at no cost to you, we'll break some type of baseball memorabilia item, and that's just a thank you for waiting, since the break has had to be delayed, unfortunately, through nobody's fault, or well, out of our control. Somebody's fault. It's Topps' fault, but some of our faults anyway. And of course, those will be loose boxes from a shared case, which is how they were originally listed anyway. So yeah, even before all this happened, I was expecting to get a case and a half from one place, and we were breaking that half case of loose boxes first, which is why it does show that in the listing description. So Saturday night, Sunday night are off nights. Monday night, we're going to break the back half of this case of Select Baseball. Tuesday night, we'll start a new case of Select Baseball. Wednesday, as you just heard, we will jump in and do our Bowman Baseball break that should have been tonight. So there won't be any eBay listings ending on Wednesday, but we will break that back half of Bowman. And Noir, which is our Wednesday new release, we will break on Thursday, because I am not confident it will be here on Wednesday, given that we have Monday as a holiday. That is the wrong button. We needed to go to that button. So Select Baseball that we just broke, I'm going to try to have out the door and on the way no later than Wednesday. It will probably be sooner than that, but we don't have any mail on Monday, so it definitely can't go out Monday. But it should not be any later than Wednesday. Of course, all of the cards from this break do ship, so every team is going to have a package. We don't have to worry about consolation cards in here at all. And then there's another final reminder about the Bowman break, which by now you guys are all sick of hearing about. But I tell you, people jump in and out all the time. No matter how many times I put it on the screen, I guarantee you there will still be people that don't see it because they jump in and out. It's natural. It's human nature. It's what we do. We don't sit and watch them straight through a lot of times. All right, let me catch up on chat here and see if there is anything I needed to do there. Mickey says, buy a team that will never make the playoffs and you might get multiple hits. Well, I mean, I don't think they do it necessarily by what teams they think are the best or the worst. I think it just depends on who they've got autograph deals with, you know, and then we've all seen, even with Topps, some products seem to be more heavily slanted towards one team than other teams, and then another product seems to be more slanted towards another team. And honestly, I think it's all the luck of the draw, but I do hear you. It can be frustrating, that is for sure. But thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. I appreciate it and appreciate your patience in regard to the Bowman situation. And I will be back at it on Monday night. So I hope that you have a safe and happy and healthy holiday weekend, and do something fun over the weekend. And I will see you again on Monday night. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.